everyone, I'm about week 38 and this is the 15th of September until the 21st, and I'm using the Simple Stories Hello Today collection for the September month. So it's very exciting to watch the sort of stash get further and further down. I've only got October and December left now because I've used November before, so that means that one's out of my stash and I can start a new one for 2025, which brings me joy. It's the little things that bring me joy with these things. So this is a very quick layout because it's very simple to use these cut aparts. I just struggled a little bit with this week because I just didn't have any photos. I really didn't do much beginning part of the week. But then when I started getting into it, I started printing off more and more photos and realising that I did actually do quite a bit. So then I sort of, suddenly had too many photos and I didn't know what I was doing myself. So, it was just a bit of a lost week as such. But the first photo I'm going to put in the 6x4 is just a picture of our view from our back garden. We do get really nice sunsets every so often, so it was just really pretty. And obviously because we're moving house, I'm starting to, I didn't appreciate it before, but obviously we're not going to live here forever, so it's just remembering these things. And that's the sort of thing I love about Project Life. It's just the simple things in life that you're sort of documenting. It's not all the big things. So it's just being able to look back and remember that we lived in this house. And obviously this was our first house that we bought together, so it's obviously got some memories to it. So this collection, I've obviously got absolutely nothing left apart from the border strip and the September and October sticker. So I'm using these flowers that I've used before for this collection, and I do use them up for this week. So I don't have anything left for October or December, but I'll find something. Obviously October I can probably use some Halloween stickers and stuff. I do actually use the border sticker as well for this week, because that card that my title is going to go on, that's actually a January card. I didn't use that when I used all my January stuff up before, so I had that card left and I'd used the September card somewhere else, so it worked out obviously. And obviously the colours are all pretty much the same anyway, so it was fine. So I'm going to use that as my title card. So the things that we did this part of the week really, we went looking for some houses. We went round some areas where we thought that we'd like to live, and we walked through some nice parks and stuff like that. And obviously with the autumn leaves coming down and things, it was just quite a nice picture. So there's a picture of Joe and I's feet as we're walking around the park. And I'm going to use one of my label stamps just to go in the middle that I'm going to write on there. Again, as I said, no stickers or anything, so I'm just going to put some random little they're almost see-through stickers, but you can't really see it much, but it's fine. Sometimes it's fine just to have photos. You don't need embellishments. The photos obviously speak for themselves and you don't need too much. But I'm going to use the calendar cut apart to go on the left-hand side, and then I'm going to use this is my story to go on the right-hand side, because I was still reading A Court of Thorn and Roses collection, and I think this time I was on the fourth one. The fourth one. Which I read through really quickly because it was only like 200 pages long compared to the rest of them, that's nearly 700. But I've since completed them and I loved them. So I'm obviously moving on to other bits and pieces now. But at the time I was just sort of chilling and reading those. So I'd go up and sit with Mango, who likes to sit on our bed to sleep on throughout the day. So that was just a picture of my iPad that I was reading on with Mango. And then this is, as I said, I didn't have many photos at all, and then I printed off probably too many photos, but it's fine. As I said, I didn't really have that many cut aparts. I think you're supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 3x4s and 2 6x4s, but I only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only had 5 3x4s. So I'd obviously used 3 beforehand. So obviously I was, happy to use some other photos. So I had this really cute picture of Mango. She just looked so content when she was sat on Joe's lap. It's just a really cute photo of her. So I wanted to put that in there. And then that picture that's going to go next to it. So for Japan, a lot of things come out a month in advance, and there's a lot of things that we desperately want to get tickets for, and don't want to miss out on certain things because they do book up really, really quickly, like the sightseeing trains, Universal Studios, all them sort of things go very, very quickly. So I've been setting my alarm for the past month throughout September and October for when things come out so I can get tickets straight away. So this particular one, Joe actually took a picture of me through the window as he was leaving for work at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was buying the express passes for Universal Studios in Japan because we're desperate to go to Super Nintendo World, and you have to buy a timed entry ticket to get in there. It's very, very confusing. I've never known something to be so mind-boggling. But the way to guarantee yourself into the Super Nintendo World part of the park is to buy an express pass for one of the rides. So that's what we did. So that's what I wanted to do. Because, to be fair, we're not ride people, so it just meant that we can guarantee ourselves on one of the Super Nintendo World rides, and then that's fine for us. So that's what I was doing. And then the last card is actually going to be a 6x4. And I decided to just cut down one of these photos. Again, this was when I didn't think I was going to have that many photos, so I thought I'd include this story because obviously it's a big part of my life, actually. I am in the process of changing my surname, obviously, to match Joe's. And I didn't realise it takes so long. In my head, I was like, right, I'm going to change my passport in June 25 because we're going on holiday in September, and I've booked that in my new name, my married name. So I need to change my passport by then. And I thought, well, I'll just change everything, beginning of next year and all this sort of stuff. So that I'm not going too long with like a passport and everything else. Everything else in my maiden name and my passport in my new name. However, it does take ages. It takes absolutely ages. So I've been in contact with our government and trying to change my name on that side. And then when that comes through, I'll start changing my driving licence and all them sort of stuff. So this was the start of the process. So obviously I just wanted to put it on a 6x4 card so I can write a little bit about the process of it. But yeah, I'm really excited to be changing of my name because it's a big thing in your life to change your name. And I've always said I'd be happy to change my name. It's just the process of sorting it because I just always worry that I'm going to book something accidentally in my maiden name, and actually I'm going to have to sort that out. But I've sort of planned it so that when we get back from our holiday in June, that next day I'm going to send off my new passport, and then I should be fine for our holiday later on. So yeah, we should be absolutely fine. I think I've got about 11 weeks or something in between holidays that I'm hoping my passport should be here and sorted by then. So yeah, so that is pretty much all the start of this week. So as I said, it started off with me no photos at all to then having quite a few photos and quite a few stories. So it did work out quite nicely in the end. So I'm just going to stamp week 38 and put the 15th to the 21st of September on there. And then the second half of the week, there's a little bit more going on. I'm very much enjoying using this collection, and I do love the collections that have the months of the year. But as I said, it's I've already used some of the cards for some of these weeks or months, so it meant that I'm lacking October. I think I've only got 4 cards out of 8, so I've made a mental note to make sure I take some more photos for that week. So just so that I don't struggle like I did this one. But going forward in 2025, the collection I'm going to use is an Echo Park one, and I've pretty much got all of them. I think there was 1 month that I might have used January and I might have used May, but I think I've got the majority of them. So yeah, it's really satisfying to use them up. Obviously, I'm always going to be in a backlog because I should have done this in 2021 when obviously the collection came out, but it took me a while to sort of come to that conclusion. So yeah, I will happy to move on to the next step, my Echo Park one in 2025. But I hope you've enjoyed this part, and I'll be back soon. Bye.